Hi, this is April Kroll, and I'm from Zombie Isle and Zombie Crack, and this is 13th Wolfman. Arr!
Hey everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. You know what? Today is day 6 of the 31 days of Halloween. And on day 6, I tried to pull out something that, well, like I said before, I tried to pull out some of the big movies that everybody knows. I tried to pull out some of the lesser known stuff. This time I pulled out something that a master of horror helped create, and that is The Fog. John Carpenter's The Fog, to be honest. I love this movie. It stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins, Nancy Loomis, Janet Leigh, Hal Holbrook, even John Carpenter is in this movie as a small role of Bennett. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, and I always find it kind of interesting that when John Carpenter writes a script, not always, but a good part of the time, it's like characters that are in the movies are named after people he knows. Tom Atkins' character is Nick Castle. Another character in the movie is Tommy Wallace. Tommy Wallace is an actual person who played one of the ghosts. It's kind of funny. It's just, John Carpenter's just kind of like kicking back at his typewriter at the time, going, what should I call the Tom Atkins? I know, Nick Castle, the guy that played Michael Myers, There you go. Not a problem whatsoever. Janet Leigh is in this. Janet Leigh, of course, we all know from Psycho, and is Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. But it's kind of interesting that these two are in this movie, and you don't see a lot of them together, Janet Leigh's with Nancy Loomis, who played Jamie Lee Curtis's best friend in Halloween. But we don't see them together until like towards the end of the movie, and even then, I don't think they say anything to one another. They might, but it's just kind of weird. It's just there. So this movie is an essential ghost story. I like the way this movie starts out with John Houseman sitting on the beach telling the story of the Elizabeth Dane. It kind of setting up this spooky story to be revisited, for the next hour and a half. And John Houseman's got a really great way of telling the kids, this story. And he's got this great voice, he kind of sounds like a little bit like Hitch, like Alfred Hitchcock, but not quite. It's a fun movie. Like I keep saying, it's a fun movie to watch, but it is a fun movie to watch because it's so easy. I forgot to say Adrienne Barbeau. How did I forget? She played Stevie Wayne. But it is, and I got to say that Adrienne Barbeau's character, Stevie Wayne, owns and runs this radio station. God, my brain's just not working. That's in a lighthouse, and I always thought that this is the coolest thing ever. How cool would it be to have you own the lighthouse, you own the radio station. It is kind of like, hey, I have a radio station. Where is it? Well, that lighthouse down off the point. It's just kind of cool that was an idea. In fact, in one of the scenes towards the beginning of the movie, Stevie Wayne is like, all right, everybody, I'm going to play for you something into the midnight hour. But our next song is going out to the people at the Seagrass. Here are what'd she call them? The Coupe de Villes. The Coupe de Villes. The Coupe de Villes is technically a real group, but it's a real group that consists of John Carpenter and his friends that have a group together that go out and they play together. They have done like shows here and there. That's always thought that the little things like this are the things that I enjoy. The little bits of trivia, I love this movie. I think it's an essential movie that everyone needs to watch at least once. I mean, if you're a horror fan, or if you're just a John Carpenter fan, this is definitely one of the big ones for him. He wrote it, he directed it, and him and Deborah Hill produced it. In fact, Deborah Hill, his producing / writing partner at the time, helped congeal the story. I mean, put the story together with him. And it's just a fun, God, I keep saying that, it's a fun movie to watch, but it is. I like ghost stories. I like the supernatural. I mean, I'm a horror fan, so I like all this stuff, but I do like that idea of the vengeance behind what happened in Antonia Bay 100 years ago on the Elizabeth Dane. I mean, I'm being a little cryptic, but yeah, it's that time of the year. I'm allowed to be cryptic. So check it out. If you haven't seen it, check out The Fog. It's well worth your time. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and of course, I'm on the prowl.